Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast with your host, Chris. I am that guy that I just said. Welcome, old listeners, new listeners, no listeners, all listeners. Welcome. This is episode number 209. Before I get into my guest for today, as always, gotta talk talk time. If you'd like to get more from me, you can always follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, both at Casting for Two. As always, I got to thank the sponsors of the podcast, Comic Bento. Sign up for Comic Bento today and get a monthly graphic novel subscription. It is a monthly graphic novel subscription, and you get 4 to 5 graphic novels every month. Use the code CASTING2 for $5 off your subscription. And as always, my other podcast, Sunday Brunch, with the always beautiful and talented and just gorgeous and lovely Megan Johnson from TitsyWriter.com. You can always listen to that. We're having a little breaky break right now, but it'll be back at the beginning of August, and you can catch that at SundayBrunchPod.com. Or I would recommend checking out Megan's website, TipsyWriter.com. It's a great site. But enough about that. Let me get my guest for today is from the band Psychic Twin. Erin Fein is here. I had her on the podcast last year, and when the whole birthday July thing came up, I said I got to get her back on the show, and that's what I did. And I'm just so blown away that she was. That she was on the show in the first year, but now the second, I love her music. Everyone go check it out on Polyvinyl, but I need to stop talking so we can get to the episode. All right. So everybody sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please.
ID, so I was like, who is this?
This is the government. We've been watching you. You're under arrest.
The government is trying to find me, and I didn't even do anything.
That's what you think.
That is really funny. I was like, what the fuck? But I answered it because I'm like, well, who's calling me? Someone calling me from prison? Like, what's going on?
See, that's the thing I always tell people is that, because they always want to call me, but since I use Skype, I have to, I can only call out. So I have no idea what number pops up. So, yeah.
I see. So it's like a thing where you don't even know what it is. Well, just so you know, you scared me, and I was scared.
All right, good. We're off to a good start.
We're off to a good start. You have scared me.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Kind of going through some stuff, but who isn't?
Right. I know what you mean. I had a lot of mac and cheese, and now I'm ready for a nap. So I know how you're feeling.
Oh, you're cracking me up.
Those are my problems. I don't think they get any worse than that.
You're doing good with the mac and cheese, it sounds like.
Yeah, could you maybe ask yourself questions and answer them while I take a nap? Is that possible?
Absolutely not.
So I just kind of wanted to play a game of catch-up. Because the last time we chatted, it was a little bit over a year ago. Mm-hmm. And it was before the album came out.
Right, wow.
And so, and I had you threw me for a loop on that album because you didn't know, you didn't tell me it was coming out.
I didn't?
No.
Wow.
How dare you?
So sneaky.
So this is the government. We're getting you. No. So, and then the album came out. Sorry. The album came out, and I remember just listening to it and immediately like sending you messages on how great I thought it was. And yeah, and I still think it's great.
Thank you.
And that is my question.
That was a lot to me.
Well, yeah. Now, as a fan, so there's the song that you played a long time ago, Dream State.
Yeah.
Is there any way of doing a revival with you and Rosanna?
I was just thinking about wanting to bring it back into a live set. I think like a re-recorded version at this point, I wouldn't say it isn't going to happen, but I guess like the feeling is I really like the recording that already exists.
Right.
So I don't know if I would want to redo it, I guess.
Okay.
Not that it wouldn't be cool to hear it like today with Rosanna and I doing it. But yeah, I really like the one that exists already. Maybe that's thing one.
Gotcha. Because I mean, yeah, it really is one of my faves. And when I was listening to the new album, and you when the second track came on, which was Strangers, I had no idea it was Strangers until you got into the lyrics, and I was just, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I see what you mean, like a revamped version like that. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. No doubt that it wouldn't be a neat thing to get to hear a redux of that song for sure. I'll definitely think about it.
You know what? That's all I can ask.
But yeah, I love that song too. That's a special one for sure.
And how was touring? How did the tour go?
Touring was really fantastic. I mean, it was long. We wound up doing, 2 long tours with Starfucker, which were incredible, truly, as far as just what we were hoping for and it happening, and the Starfucker fans really embraced us. And it honestly just gave us a really big boost on a lot of levels as far as more fans and people kind of just getting to know that we exist, I guess, which is kind of what we and so many, bands and artists are up against, pardon me, is just the opportunity for some recognition and just to get in front of people. There are so many wonderful bands out there, and there's a lot of competition. So that was, I don't know how to say it. It was perfect.
Nice.
I would say that it was perfect. And our tour with Generationals was fantastic as well. It really, really was. So I felt really happy that we were able to, in my estimation, tour Strange Diary really fully.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And no, you were paired with bands that, for sure, you guys complimented each other, for sure. So that was always that was good bands.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel really lucky that we got to do as much touring as we did, especially just because previous to this record, Psychic Twin is still small, but it was even smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So really grateful to have some of those things come through and start to feel like, okay, things are going somewhere.
And so I gotta ask, so when you were on tour with Starfucker, you guys would play your show, you would go in the back, and then you guys would get into space outfits or astronaut suits.
Yeah.
What was the deal?
Well, Starfucker, their whole thing is that they have astronauts dance on stage with them at a couple different points in the set.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was the second show. They were really sweet, and we were all kind of hitting it off and having just a really nice rapport together. And one of the guys just came into our dressing room and said, hey, we do this thing. You probably noticed it last night where we have people dance on stage in astronaut costumes. Would you guys be down to do it? And obviously we said, fuck yeah. So that was just incredibly fun and silly, and it added to their show, and it gave us a hell of a workout every night. So it was exhausting. We danced for like 8 songs a set, so it was a lot, but it was so fun. So fun. I mean, pure fun would be the way that I would characterize the situation.
Nice. And so was there one in particular show that was a huge standout for you?
Santa Ana, California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that crowd that night. I mean, there were it seems is the wrong word, but it is incredibly difficult to choose. It's just really difficult to choose one because there were honestly a lot of really, really special shows. But that night, not only was the crowd really, really large, I mean, just one of the larger shows, but they were just so warm and enthusiastic and participant, and there were clearly people there who knew Psychic Twin because people were singing lyrics, and this really hysterical thing happened where I thanked my manager, Dave, who is such a special human, and I thanked him from the stage because he was there that night. And so, thing one, it was extremely cool to have my manager come to this, basically perfect show. But anyway, I thanked him from the stage. I don't remember exactly what I said, but something like, I just want to take a second to thank my manager. He's here tonight. He means so much to me. And at the end of the text, the crowd started chanting his name. and I got it on video.
Nice.
And he was there. I mean, it was just really, really magical. Really, really, it was funny, it was sweet, it was like everything that you kind of would hope for,
Yeah,
so,
he probably felt like a rock star.
He did. He reposted it on his Instagram account and was just really proud. And, it was just a very, very wonderful moment for me and for him and for Rosanna and all of us. I cried afterwards.
Well, that's awesome. I just hope that it doesn't go to his head and he's like, you know what? I'm going on tour now. This is Dan's time.
The first name is Dave.
Oh, Dave. Sorry. No, he's going to be in a band named Dan, but really his name's Dave.
There it is. Nice recovery.
Of course, yeah. You know what? I knew it started with a D. That's it.
Yeah, you got the D, you got the A. So you're doing good.
Yeah, sometimes I can't hear VEs, so it's been a big problem for me. I'm glad you shined a light on it.
Keep working. You're gonna get there.
I'll try.
You're gonna get there.
So you're now you guys are back in the studio, right? Or you're coming up with some new material?
Well, we're kind of at an in-between point. I mean, a little bit of time we're taking off. Rosanna did a little traveling. I'm about to do a little bit of traveling the beginning of July.
Okay.
But then, as long as I can make it happen, I'm hopeful. Sorry, I'm walking by loud music right now.
That's all good.
Then we did go back into the studio for a couple sessions before she left. And I don't know, we're kind of in a situation where there's definitely a struggle with studio time, and it's hard. It's hard. Because we live in Brooklyn, it's just really fucking expensive. So one of the things that we're up against is the way that I like to write is I like to write stream of consciousness style, I guess. I like to go into the studio and just start working an idea and building layers on top of it. So I find that is what is the most, by far and away, successful approach for me.
Yeah.
The complicated part in that is that we need, it's not to be in a studio, we need to be in a place where Rosanna can set up her little studio setup and that it's quiet. It's our practice space we share with a million other bands. It's in Bushwick, and it's cool and it's exciting. It's kind of there's a great energy to the area, but the reality of the situation is that recording in there is really hard. It's almost impossible to achieve successfully. And we can't leave her equipment set up, and like it's rough. So we found a studio that we can work in, but it's we have to pay for it, and we have to pay for every use. So it's not like a space that we have real easy access to. So it's just a challenge right now. That like if I could, I would go right into the studio, and I would be in the studio probably a couple times a week working. And in Brooklyn, it's just really hard. So I think that's my biggest challenge right now, is trying to figure out how to record successfully and to be able to afford to do it. And that's still a challenge for where I'm at in my career and in the world of psychic twins. So once I can get demos made, then things can kind of start moving again. But I have to make demos to be able to send them to the powers that be.
Yeah.
So I'm hustling. I've already recorded 6 songs at 2 sessions.
Oh, geez.
And a lot of stuff came out. But, I try to write like 30 songs or so per album to choose from. So there's just a lot of work left to be done. And hopefully I can not lose my mind before I, finish.
And so let's say, money wasn't enough, the world's at your feet. If you were to go anywhere and record anywhere, where would you go?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it's really nice to record in ideal settings in terms of there being some sort of nature around you.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's the one side, is being somewhere where you can step outside of the studio and get into some nature. I think it helps clear your mind because you're very cooped up while you're recording.
Yeah.
And that can kind of get you in a weird, that works for you and against you, I think, while you're recording. So I would love to get to go somewhere beautiful. But the real thing that I would want more than anything is access to a bunch of vintage synths that I can't afford.
Yeah.
That would be my dream. And I've actually been obsessing over an Oberheim synth that is so beautiful, and I played it in a shop the other day in New Jersey, and it's $5,000.
Only.
It's $5,000, and so I'm trying to figure out how to get it, because I feel like I have to have it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just something I feel like I have to have. So I'm thinking about selling a couple keyboards and trying to do that to get the price to go down. But this week I spilled water on my laptop, and I busted it. So I've just, it's a little bit of a struggle right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit frustrated, but that's life, I guess.
So I'm gonna throw out a suggestion.
Quit being a musician.
Yes. No. I would never tell anybody to quit what they love. To raise the money, bake sale.
A bake sale, huh?
A bake sale. You could do Rice Krispie treats, cookies. You could make like the aftermarket Girl Scout cookies. I think you could do it.
I really appreciate that suggestion, Chris.
Look, I'm here to help you out, okay? I want to make sure that you have everything you want in life, all right?
All right, listen, I just made strawberry shortcake last week, and it turned out really good. So maybe the thing is I need to get get those shortcakes out to the world.
There you go. And let's say there's this eccentric millionaire. You sell them for $1,000 each. 5 of them, you're there. Well, you probably 6 because of the sales tax.
Man, if I could find an eccentric millionaire to get behind Psychic Twin, wouldn't that be just the thing? I think that's kind of what all artists are looking for, right? The eccentric millionaire who believes that their voice needs to be heard,
Exactly.
Where are you?
Are you at a 90s dance party right now?
Dude, I know there's some rap. I'm walking around. I'm walking around Manhattan right now, and there's like music streaming from every direction.
Gotcha. I feel like yeah.
They're playing. Whoop! There it is.
Yeah, that's why this is. I feel like you're in that scene of Elf when he's in the mailroom.
I am. That's actually what's happening right now.
I know it.
What's happening right now.
So for the future of the band, is there any particular, because you said you have some songs written down and demos done, is there a particular style you would like to tackle?
Well, I think right now where my head is at is that I would like to kind of push the envelope, I guess, on everything. So I feel like the weirder type of songs, I want them to be weirder, and the dancier type of songs, I want them to be dancier. And the darker songs, I want them to be darker. Like I really like what Psychic Twin is all about, and so I'm not, at this point, super interested in, like, drastically changing the style of the project. I feel like it lives in a synth world, and it's going to stay in the synth world. However, I do believe that, there's a place that I can push in that world further than I've gone before. So I'm going to try. That's what I'm trying to do.
Nice. And can I just say, because I had the chance to watch you when you came over to Austin, and it was really great to see you guys. Like, to see you guys play live was, it was a little bit surreal for me because, I could really tell that you put everything into it, and it was just great to see you there playing, the crowd enjoying your music. I can't imagine what it is for you, like for you, but from what I saw, it was an amazing thing to see.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I definitely try to give it all as a performer and really let go. And I don't know, I feel like that I want to go past a line on stage of comfort, so that the music can maybe even open up significantly further than what it would if you're just sort of listening to it static in a room,
Yeah.
So I hope that is recognizable, I guess.
Yeah. No, it really definitely is. And next time you're going to have Starfucker dancing on your songs.
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be just the thing?
But Erin, I always have a good time chatting with you, but I feel like I should let you go and do more important things, like try to figure out how to buy a synth.
90s dance parties?
Yeah, well, 90s dance parties are important. You can listen to that How Bizarre song. You can dance to that.
That song's so weird.
Okay, so
how did that shit get on the radio? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand.
The thing that amazes me about that song, I watched the music video not too long ago. The singer, he looks so uninterested in what he's singing.
so funny.
But yeah.
It's just a conundrum
Yes.
to me.
Would
that got through the cracks.
Would you ever think about redoing How Bizarre?
If the how are we describing it? If the eccentric millionaire will pay me
Gotcha.
to cover How Bizarre, then I will cover the fuck out of that song.
I imagine this eccentric millionaire, he goes from band to band telling them to play How Bizarre. He doesn't release them, but he just has a room full of recordings of it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then he does really weird things while he listens to the recording.
Exactly. I kind of want to be this eccentric millionaire. I just want to I want to go to Foo Fighters and say, hey, play me How Bizarre right now. And record it.
That you should absolutely make that a goal in your life.
All right.
The eccentric millionaire making people play How Bizarre for him.
All right.
For you. That is.
It's going to happen now. It's going to happen.
All right. Please contact me when you get there.
Well, for the people at home who would like to keep in contact with you and what you do and the band does, where can they do that?
Well, I do probably the most active social media if that is a word, is on Instagram, and Instagram stories is definitely, if you're interested in seeing what Rosanna and I are up to, you can always check in there. But I'm on Twitter. I like to tweet. I do some Facebook stuff, and I love interacting with people. So I love when people write to us. It's a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying getting to know Psychic Twin fans and getting to know them as artists and what they're up to as well. So anyone listening, send me some weird stuff. I love it. Keep sending stuff. It's so inspiring.
There we go. So, Erin, I feel like I should let you go and have some fun.
All right, I'm going to go dance. I'm going to go 90s dance now.
All right, sounds good.
I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, don't forget the parachute pants.
Oh, I got them. Don't you worry.
All right, bye.
Bye, Chris.